Hello, and welcome to Learning with the Dawgs. My name is Rhea Bentley, and I'm the County Director for UGA Extension here in Columbus. We have a great show in store for you today, so sit back and relax, and we'll be right back.
Welcome back to Learning with the Dawgs. My name is Lazavia Greer, and I'm the FNIP Supervisor for University of Georgia Extension. Today we have great fall treats. As you guys know, it's fall, and we have two different recipes that are great, that are quick to make and delicious. First, we have our popcorn on the cob. It's very simple to make. The only thing that you will need is the light butter popcorn from your local grocery store. You'll need some green or yellow tissue paper. You'll need plastic bags, and I got these from the dollar store, the little party bags, and they come with the ties, and it's really simple. So first I'm going to put my gloves on. And we already microwaved our popcorn, so it's already nice and hot. I'm just going to open up my bag, and this is the light butter, but use the popcorn of your choice. And what I did was I taped the popcorn bag to look very pointy on the top. So what I'm going to do now is just open up my bag, and then I'm just going to pour my popcorn in. Make sure it's open all the way. You don't want to fill it up too much because you want to be able to fit it inside the tissue paper. You want to fill it up to the top. And just about this much. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to twist the end of it, tape it. Then I'm going to get my green tissue paper, and I did cut this into a large triangle. And then I'm just going to line it up like this, wrap around, and tie it. And there you have it, popcorn on the cob. And you also, it's an option too, if you want to give it a little more color, you can also put the yellow on it as well. Your choice, but people kind of get the idea with the green as well. So yeah. Okay, so my next recipe right here is called Harvest Hash Chex Mix. Here's my bowl. The things that you will need is rice Chex cereal, 1 bag of Bugles, 4 cups of pretzels, candy corn right here, Reese's Pieces, and then our candy pumpkins. This is all things that you can find in the grocery store around this time because it is October. Also, there is a sauce you can make with it that is optional, but it has 3/4 cup of melted butter. You have your brown sugar. We have light brown sugar, but any brown sugar will work. And then our vanilla extract. We've already done, I've already prepared the sauce on my Chex Mix here, but basically what you'll do is you'll melt the butter and everything in the microwave, mix in the light brown sugar and the vanilla extract in a bowl, and then you'll pour it on top of the rice cereal, the Bugles and the pretzels first, and then you'll basically put that in the oven at 275 and cook that for 45 minutes while stirring on a flat baking sheet. But then after it's done, it gets very crunchy and it's very sweet because it has a lot of butter and light brown sugar. And we've already prepared that in my bowl. So next, we're just going to get, it says 1 heaping cup of candy corn. So we're going to grab my candy corn. And 1 heaping cup, you know, it's up to you. It is Chex Mix, so however you want, however much you want or however little you want of candy corn. I know a lot of people aren't fond of candy corn. I'm just gonna pour my candy corn in my cup measuring spoon, heaping cup. So we've got 1 heaping cup of candy corn, 1 heaping cup of the pumpkins, and it's great because it's Chex Mix, but it has that fall look to it with all the orange and all the different colors. And this definitely adds some sweetness to it as well. And then lastly, they want the whole bag of Reese's Pieces. Just gonna pour that in. I'm just gonna stir. So there you have your Harvest Hash Chex Mix. That's super simple to make and very little ingredients. So I'm gonna show you guys this. It's very colorful for the fall, and it's definitely sweet. Thank you so much for watching. We'll be right back after these important messages.
Man, I wish the city would fix these darn potholes. Someone needs to report this.
Has this ever happened to you and you didn't know who to call? It's simple. Dial 311 or 706-653-4000. Columbus 311 Citizen Service Center. Our goal is to provide complete, accurate, and timely information to citizens and employees regarding complaints, inquiries, and requests for information. Columbus 311 Citizen Service Center, your direct link to city service.
Boys and Girls Club garden here on Casita Road now, and there's not much happening right now, but this afternoon we're going to plant these beds, and there's going to be a lot going on this summer. But one of the things I want to illustrate to you is how these beds were made. If you look at these beds, we're about 2 boards deep, and these are 4x4s here. So this is about 8 inches high. You would typically want to go 12 inches high, but 8 inches is okay. That's just your minimum height. What I like about these beds is that kids can stand around the outside and they can reach in without having to climb in the beds. They can do everything they need from the outside of the bed, so this works well. One of the questions that we get is, can you use treated lumber to build a raised bed? And it's fine, it's totally fine. We don't use arsenic to treat lumber anymore, so there's nothing dangerous about the process that we use. If you wanted to use untreated lumber, I would recommend that you use a cedar, because anything else is going to break down too quickly here in the South. But you can also use concrete blocks, you can use bricks, you can use stones, anything where you can fill the gaps so that when the water comes down, the soil doesn't wash out the side. But these have just been bolted down to each other, one bolt at the top of each of these into the one at the bottom, and you could even put a board in the corner here to kind of anchor it as well. But these are going to be pretty stable. The other thing I want to show about this garden is you can see in the background we have these compost bins. And that's a good activity to be doing with your kids because it ties what they're doing in the kitchen to the garden. So you can go full circle from eating the food to composting it and then feeding it back to the plants again. So if you have any questions about gardening with kids or raised beds, anything garden related, you can give us a call at the office. The number is 706-653-4200.
All of us share a responsibility to keep Columbus beautiful. You may not intend to litter, but if you're not securing the items in the back of your pickup truck, you may be contributing to the problem. Please don't use your truck bed as a mobile trash can. It doesn't take much for the debris to blow out on our roadways, causing an unsightly and hazardous mess. Law enforcement is out ticketing litter bugs, so do your part, secure your load. Nobody likes a litter bug.
Welcome back to Learning with the Dawgs. My name is Tammy Keefe, and I'm with the home visiting programs here with the UGA Extension. We have Parents as Teachers and Healthy Families, and we usually talk with parents a lot about early literacy and doing things to enhance their child's brain development. So today I want to talk to you about 3 very simple things that anyone and everyone can do to help with building babies' brain development, building vocabulary, and also hoping to inspire children for the love of books and reading. So we know that children from the very moment they're born are born learning, and so we want parents to understand that they have the power to boost that learning and to enhance a lot of what's happening at a very, very early age. So we want you to know that
Three very important things to do with your child every day is to talk with your child every day, read with your child every day, and sing with your child every day. We know that children can hear in utero, and so when they come out and they're ready and we have them wiggling in our arms, we want to make sure that we're talking to them from the get-go. We want to talk about everyday actions that are happening. We talk about what we're doing with them. We talk about what we see while we're on a walk, what we're eating, how things taste, what things look like. So we talk about everyday things. We explain things. We label it and name things. For instance, if we're playing with balls, we look at the different colors. Is this one yellow? Is this one purple? We label those items for them. We talk about this one is very smooth, this one is soft, this one's kind of bumpy. So we give a lot of new words that children typically do not know. So as we are talking with them, we're providing that experience, and as we describe the things we're talking about, we're actually giving them a label for that. So as we're putting that sock on their foot and we're saying, here, let me put this sock on you, they start to realize, oh, that thing you've got in your hand's a sock. So I start to really understand that, and things become more concrete for me. When we also use books to read or to book share every day, a lot of people think that I've got this infant, how am I going to read a book to them? Or my toddler just won't stand still for me to read to them. And that may be true. That's typical of toddlers. I want to move around a lot. However, if you replace that idea of book sharing, then we can book share with a child at any age. So being able to talk about what you see in the book, talk about the pictures, the colors that you see. When that toddler comes running by talking about the fact, oh, this is a touchy-feely book. Look at the leaf. It feels bumpy. And even if that's all you get and they're off and gone, then you've shared something and they will want to come back. So the idea of using books to share ideas, to talk about what we see, to get them to point to the pictures. These are all very important parts of early learning and especially of early literacy that children need. When we think about early literacy, we think about building the foundation that's going to allow us to build vocabulary, to learn how to use language, to learn that books are for reading and for gaining knowledge. And it's also creating that foundation that we're going to build on when we get to school. It's part of the school readiness package that children need when they get into school, is being able to have receptive language. I understand what you're saying to me and I can act on it, but also to have an oral language so that I can speak back to you and I can use language to let you know how I'm feeling or what I need or what I want, or that I understand you. So these are ways to lay that foundation. Another thing that we can do with children every day is to sing with children every day. It's very easy when we're in the car, you know, we have to have our attention on the road, but we can surely sing songs and we can talk about what we're seeing. We can sing family favorites, we can make up silly songs, we can sing repetitive songs that children like to hear over and over. And children love the sound of your voice. I'm quick to say I do not have a good singing voice, but I have a good singing voice for a toddler. So they like just to hear your voice and to have fun with you. So you don't have to be a great singer to share songs with children. Listening to children's songs on the radio, allowing them to hear the pattern that's made by the music or the refrain or the chorus of a song, engaging them in that allows them to see the patterns not only in the music, but then the pattern in the words that they see and the words that they read, the pattern in the math and the numbers that they see. So all of this lays a foundation for literacy well beyond us having fun with a book or sharing a song together. So there are quite a few places that you can go for information. Your local library branches have a lot of things for families to do. Check out books. They have toys that you can check out. You can also call our extension office at 706-563-4200 and ask to speak to someone who can give you some information about early learning or about how to establish some groundwork for my child's learning. We also have some local resources as well. We have the Columbus Museum, we have the Coca-Cola Space Museum for children of all ages. So we have a lot of hands-on places for children as well. And you also can find some online resources. You can look at the National Association for the Education of Young Children, their website, 0 to 3. There's a great website that's called Talking is Teaching, so that you can go there and talk about some activities for talking and reading and singing every day. Also, the U.S. Department of Education has information for the Read, Sing, and Talk campaign as well. So look for some resources and know that you as a parent, a grandparent, an aunt, an uncle, a teacher, you have great power just in the fact that you can talk and read and sing to your child every day. So for more information, give us a call and we'll be back.
Bicycles are fun at any age. Just remember the rules of the road when you're out enjoying a bike ride. And motorists, when you're sharing the road with cyclists, use caution and give at least 3 feet when passing. Bicycles are safe, fun, and sensible. When you ride, be visible, be predictable, and be alert. You'll have a safe ride and a great time. Let's get there together, Georgia. A message from the Governor's Office of Highway Safety and Georgia Bikes.
Welcome back to Learning with the Dogs. My name is Ashley Day. I am the 4-H agent for Columbus, Muskogee, and Chattahoochee County, and this is...
I'm Christina Tola. I am the AmeriCorps representative for Muskogee County.
And we're here to tell you a little bit about what is going on with our local 4-H program. This month we have been really busy in our club meetings, and we have been teaching the youth agri-science. Now, we have a leadership and citizenship proponent inside our classrooms. So right now we're doing officer elections where their classmates, their peers will be electing a president, 2 vice presidents, a secretary, and reporter. And these officers will be leading the classrooms for the next year. They'll get officer training, and then they'll also learn more about being a leader. Now our agri-science is really cool. We teach the youth about agri-science and zoonotic diseases and different careers in the agriculture world and how that can be tied to the science aspect. But today we have Christina, and Christina is a new member to our staff. And Christina, you're here with the AmeriCorps program. Can you tell us a little bit about what AmeriCorps is?
So AmeriCorps is a civil society program that is funded by the federal government. It largely uses a volunteer system program, and that's what I'm a part of. It's the VISTA program. So we are technically volunteers, but we do the same stuff as program assistants. We help out with 4-H, and we do a lot of work closely with cooperative extension. So there's some slight changes in paperwork, but we mostly do the same things.
Of course. And how has your experience in 4-H, how has that helped you fulfill this role?
So I did 4-H for all 12 years, and then I was an adult leader and a volunteer for the 4 years after that. So I've had a good experience working with children as a child myself, as well as an adult leader. So I'm able to walk into a classroom, stand in front of them, tell them about 4-H, and be able to answer any questions they have because I've been in their shoes, and I've also had the experience of teaching the 4-H classes and workshops.
And how does AmeriCorps support and help Georgia 4-H?
So AmeriCorps helps fund the cooperative extension through 2 different types of grants. And one is a federal grant and one is a state grant. So they actually give money so people like me can come help and assist with 4-H programs and deliver 4-H across the state.
And how has your time as an AmeriCorps service member been so far?
Well, haven't done so much with AmeriCorps stuff besides all of their paperwork. So I've largely just been participating with 4-H. It's been a lot of fun. The kids can be exhausting sometimes when they have way too much energy after lunch, but it's really good. The kids are really nice, and so it's a great experience.
Now, you have AmeriCorps, and then you also have AmeriCorps Vista. And how does the Vista come into play here?
So the VISTA is the volunteer program that was started early on, way before the 2000s ever started, way before we were ever born. And so the VISTA program is a bunch of adult leaders who want to help sponsor AmeriCorps, so they donate money or they donate their time. So the VISTA program is a combination of both of those aspects.
Well, we enjoy having you here, and we can't wait to see what this next year brings with our new staff members. So I have a few things out here, and I want to take a few moments to talk to you all about it. We have 2 books of our horse program, the Horse Industry Handbook, and this large textbook is actually something that we use for our horse quiz bowl and horse judging, and it's 2 of our agriculture-related activities and competitions. So any youth, 4th grade through 12th grade, will actually study out of this big book. and they'll actually get to go up to the University of Georgia and see the UGA equestrian team. They'll get to meet animal science professors and specialists, and they'll actually kind of get into the ag and vet science world into this. Right now we are preparing for Horse Quiz Bowl in January, and a lot of the questions teach the youth about medical terminology, anatomy and physiology, things that they really would not be able to get unless in high school honors classes or even college. So that's kind of one way that if someone, a youth, a child is interested in being a vet or more interested in getting a little bit more into the horse world, they can actually take a step into that and take on a leadership role into that and help them get into college or pursue their dreams in that. We also have this lovely shirt right here. And this is for our pea nutrition competition. So agriculture is really, really important for Georgia and our economy, and we can do so many things with peanuts and cotton. And so this month we have been working on the pea nutrition competition, which youth are invited to make a peanut butter sandwich, and they are being judged on a few categories in their peanut butter and jelly sandwich. We also have a cotton bowl speech competition where we teach the kids how to present both the commercial and speak in front of people, but then also what are the many uses of cotton. And a lot of people don't know this, but cotton is used in like absolutely everything. Sure, we have clothes and shirts and pants, but without cotton, we wouldn't have gunpowder or fireworks or dynamite, TNT. The very first photograph was made from cotton cellulose. Without cotton, we wouldn't have ice cream. The very first vegetable oil was cottonseed oil. And then, of course, we love steak and pork and chicken, and a lot of their food comes from cottonseed hulls. So cotton is really important to us, and it's in our everyday lives. So through the Cotton Bowl speech, one, they learn about public speaking, and then two, they also help the Georgia economy and Georgia cotton and cotton all over the United States in spreading that education to other people. Then right here we have these lovely little baggies. And we are doing a service project right now for the Tuskegee Hospital. And a few weeks ago, we had youth come to our office, and we had a veterans care package packing party. And we have prepared over 200 of this hygiene care packages, and there's toothbrush, tissue, chapstick, toothbrush, toothpaste, and then a small thank you card that has been handwritten by our youth for these Tuskegee veterans. And a lot of the veterans in our hospitals, they don't have family or friends there, and then also they don't really have a lot of company. So we're actually going to be doing a visit October 21st, and we're going to be going there and bringing 4-Hers, some youth, and we're just going to be saying small thank you for them and giving them something, a small care package that they can use for that. So we're really excited. We have a lot of new and upcoming events and competitions, and we hope for you all to join us. And thank you for joining us with Learning with the Dawgs. We'll see you next time.